Cryptocurrency. Everyone is talking about it. From Dogecoin to Bitcoin, investors are using it to expand their portfolios. And platforms like Coinbase are creating debit cards that allow you to spend it like cash. But this is just the surface of how the currency is used. Dig deeper on the web, and you will find darker reasons.
We did find, of course, that the currencies were being used to facilitate or to engage in online drug trafficking and online sex trafficking.
Greta Goodwin, a director in the Homeland Security and Justice team in the Government Accountability Office, analyzes issues around law enforcement in the digital space. Her team is focused on cryptocurrency and law enforcement's ability and readiness to track and arrest criminals.
The virtual currencies might not have actually been used to pay for the sex trafficking itself, but it might have been used to pay for the platforms or for where the ads were located. For drug trafficking, what we were finding was it was used as a modes of payment. The anonymizing nature of these virtual currencies are such that, the secrecy and the privacy is maintained. And so you can make transactions with these currencies, and no one ever has a good sense for who you are.
Goodwin's team has worked with a number of agencies, including the Department of Justice and Postal Inspection Service, to pinpoint who is using crypto criminally.
They talked with us about how drug cartels and transnational criminal organizations are increasingly using virtual currencies because of its perceived anonymity, and also because it's a more efficient method to move money across international borders. When we looked at, the suspicious activity reports over the period of 2017 to 2020, and we looked to see how often virtual currency appeared in those reports, those filings quadrupled over that period. So we know that virtual currency is being used increasingly to engage in these types of activities.
No longer is the need for large bags of cash and drops. Criminals can now use a kiosk, a machine similar to an ATM, to transfer large sums of money with ease and anonymity. And using a kiosk is not a suspicious act.
Virtual currencies are not illegal, so if you're at a kiosk, no one really knows kind of what you're doing at that kiosk. It's just difficult to track.
The kiosk must be registered with the Financial Crime Enforcement Network, but their locations don't need to be disclosed.
One of the recommendations we made was that the agency pay more attention to where these kiosks are located. That would help law enforcement have a better sense for where these transactions might be occurring. The physical addresses could improve the information that law enforcement would have to identify the source of these transactions.
Identifying the source is the key to cracking down on illegal crypto activity.
If they don't have the data, then they can't effectively target their resources. Federal agencies have taken some actions to counter the illicit use of virtual currencies in human and drug trafficking, but they still face some significant challenges.
Stephen Graddick, Newsy.